Hi friends, thanks for joining me for this work break stretch for the upper body. You're going to want a long belt. Any kind of belt will work. You're going to just drape it over your shoulders like a scarf so you don't have to go looking for it in a minute. But for now, just stand up. Place your feet comfortably at a distance that feels like it's easy to balance. You can either look out an imaginary horizon line out the window if that feels good, or you can close your eyes and just begin to sway ever so slightly from side to side or front to back, just finding where you are now and bringing attention down into your body through this subtle movement versus up just in the head with all that thinking you might have been doing with your work. You're going to begin to slow your movements down until you find what feels like the very centered, balanced place to stand. If you do have your eyes closed, once you're in that centered alignment, just begin to blink your eyes open. Take hold of your belt. If you do have a yoga belt, just grab kind of near the buckle with one hand. That way you don't hit yourself in the head with it. And then you're going to slide your hands wide apart like a Y shape. We're going to take the arms overhead. It should feel not strenuous to do this distance apart with your hands. So just keep your hips right where they are. Don't let them go forward, but begin to sweep the hands back behind the plane of your head. I'm going to turn sideways so that's easier for you to see. So as they begin to get somewhere between head and shoulder height, it's going to be a pretty strong stretch on the front of your chest, the biceps, etc. So adjust the belt a little wider if it's too much or if you're having trouble going slow through that area. Go right back up the way you came. So try to not rush. It's easy to go fast through that uncomfortable section there. Ooh. We're going to repeat that, but not right now. So first, we're going to tip to the right, still holding belt and keeping just a little bit of tension across it. So the right hand is pulling down and the left hand is pulling up. And, you could bend really far, but we're not after as maximum side bend as possible, just what we can while it's easy to breathe and stay balanced. When you come out of this, you're going to swim your bottom hand back and twist to the right. As you twist to the right, reach up with that right hand so that the arms become the same height as each other. So your pelvis turns a little bit, your chest turn, your arms turn, still pulling gently on the belt. And then rotating back to center. We're going to go forward with the arms. Exhale. Just giving the shoulders a break. You can roll them in a circle, either direction or both, or one in each, like you're doing a little dance floor maneuver. And then if it feels good to you to kind of sway again to find center, that's fine. Just to reset in that upright and balanced way, really just pausing long enough to bring attention out of that busy monkey mind and into your body. Find your wide grip on your belt again, and we'll repeat for side two. So starting with the head, behind the head movement, the arms go up first. Slowly start to reach behind, trying not to bend at the line of the wrist, keeping the wrist straight, and doing your best to not rush through that slightly uncomfortable posture that makes your face do weird stuff, because it kind of hurts. Oof, if you've got tight shoulders. My right one is something else right now. So it shouldn't be so strenuous that you're dying to leave or you're hurting yourself or any of that, or you're holding your breath. Go back up. Remember to go slow in that part where you want to rush. Kind of tension on the belt will help, like you're trying to widen your arms or rip the belt in half. Good grief, that's tight. I know I'm not the only one. All right, now a little side bend to the left. So don't worry about going to your maximum. That's not what we're about today. Just getting the kinks out, getting the blood to flow, pulling up on the right hand, the left hand. No, it's the right hand. And down with the left. Just keeping engagement across the belt so it's taut. And then we're going to rotate out of this to the left. So left hand is going to sweep back and up. And as you do that, the right hand will come forward so that the arms become same height. You can let your hips twist a little bit, turn your chest, get a breath. Rotate back to center. We're going to take the belt now. We're going to drop it down on the shoulders. Let's see if this works with my mic where it is. But what we're going to do is, I think what I'll do is just step a little closer and squat down so you can see this. Hopefully it's easier to see there. So you can use a scarf too. Obviously, if you don't have a yoga belt, just use what you can. But you're going to slide the belt up kind of right where your skull and your neck meet. So you're going to pull a little forward, looks like that from the side, and out diagonally on that line. So basically you're connecting to the back of your neck with pressure, and you're pushing your head back into that belt. So you're creating friction by keeping the belt in contact with your neck. So then you're going to pull with one hand like you're flossing your neck, and that pull is turning the top of your neck and therefore turning your head. So your head is not turning. You're not consciously using your muscles to do that. You're pulling with the belt one way, and then you're going to reverse. I'm switching hands, using my finger to show you that. Pull with the hand and let the skin kind of get tractioned over in that direction, and then eventually it's going to rotate your atlas and your axis and whatever upper cervical vertebra are going to get involved in that rotation. So we want you to do that a couple times. And your arms might get a little bit tired because you have to maintain that constant tug. But do your best to relax your neck. Oh, it feels so good. And traction the skin, just dragging it across the skull until the point of rotation begins to happen. Really try to let the belt do that work for you instead of your head turning. I really needed that. I hope it's really satisfying for you too. So go ahead and take that belt away. I don't even want to open my eyes. It's just so relaxing for me. We're just going to put the belt down. We don't need it anymore. I'm going to make my way back to my mat. You might still be on your mat. And we'll face the short end or the front end, we often call it, of the mat, and just pause again, feeling what it feels like to be in the body now, not just up in the head. Take a nice long step back with your left foot. Try to land with your feet hip width apart like you're on skis or railroad tracks, not on a tightrope. You're going to go ahead and keep your back heel off the floor. It's a little wobblier, but it's going to help you keep your hips pointing forward. So hips pointing toward front of the mat, begin to pulsate in the front leg from bent to straight. So the back leg is going to do its best to stay straight. You're just moving through the front leg bend. Straighten. Let's do that one more time. Bend. Straighten. You should be feeling the hip flexor. That's the front of the left leg. Now bend again and stay in the bend. On the inhale, take your arms up. Let's go palm forward and a little wide, like when we were holding the belt. Slide the top of the throat and head back. Give a nice lift to the whole spine and the arms. Even the little fingertips can reach up like you're doing some jazz hands. If this is uninteresting to you or you want to challenge yourself a little bit, try twisting and opening the arms to the right, much like you did when you were holding the belt. It's a little harder here. Whoa. So don't worry if you lose your balance. That's okay. That'll get you in your body too. Sweep that right hand back around to the front. One more time, reach the arms overhead if you twisted. Otherwise, you're probably still there. And then you're going to step forward and bring your left knee toward your chest. Pull it in with your hands. A moment of pause and balance there on one leg. Roll that left ankle. Either direction's fine, or maybe both. Put those toes and that foot down. Pause long enough to recenter. Step the right foot back. Nice long stance. It's like maybe 5 feet, something like that. Feet are hip width apart or so. Back heel is up off the ground. It's pointing toward the ceiling so that you can get your hip bones to face forward mostly. And then your arms can just relax as you bend and straighten your front leg. So do that 3 times at your own pace. If you lose count, don't worry about it. Just do it a few times, and at some point, you'll end with the left leg bent, the right leg as straight as is bearable. You don't want to hurt anything there. Roll the shoulders back, lift the chest, inhale the arms up, palms forward, arms a little wider than the shoulders, just to give some space and freedom for the neck. Slide the head back, lengthen the back of the neck. Curl the chest open. Either stay here or twist leftward. If it's gripping in your back at all, just lean your torso slightly forward, so decreasing a little bit in your back bend. Sweep left hand around by the left hip. It's forward, comes overhead. Remember that when you step forward, you're going to balance on your left foot and bring your right knee up toward your chest. If you have to tap your foot down in the transition, that's fine. But give that moment of balance a try. And then step down with the right foot so that you're on both feet again. Drop the hands. Find where you are now. On the exhale, squat the hips back. Just let your hands reach out in front. Knees tracking roughly over toes. So if the feet are apart, the knees are apart. Buns go down, chest goes up. And then squatting as low as you can until ultimately you can use your hands to sit down. Okay, lie on your back, bend your knees, put your feet flat on the ground. Let the weight of your body settle for a moment. And press your elbows into the floor. You can point your fingers out toward the ceiling and then roll your shoulders back until your shoulders are pressing on the floor too. Lift your chin, open the front of your throat, and then begin to press hard enough with your arms that the back of your spine, shoulder blades, back of the heart lifts off the floor. As you do that, your head might have to scoot closer to your butt, so your head is down and you're kind of sliding a little bit more toward the crown, not all the way to the crown like fish pose, but kind of in that direction. Butt is down, head is down, elbows are down, chest is up. Shoulders are pushing back. They might have left the floor by now, and you should feel your whole upper back squeezing to create this back bend. Breathe into the space of the chest and try to keep your chest kind of puffed up as you relax your effort. Let the chin tuck, the neck lengthen, and the shoulders come back to the ground. Just open your arms out wide to the side, and then pick up your butt and pull your tail away from your head to lengthen your low back. With the arms out to the side, I'm going to give you 2 options. My first suggestion will be to draw the belly in, lift the feet, and hold the legs up with the strength of the tummy. If you're doing this version, you're going to begin to rock your legs side to side, just doing a little tiny bit of core engagement to bring the belly back online. If this is too much for you right now, or you've just eaten, or you have your period, or something that doesn't feel good to squeeze your abs, keep your feet down and just separate your feet apart and do some windshield wipers with the knees going side to side. So your choice, couple more passes. Controlling it from the strength of your core if you're doing the lifted foot version. And if you're doing the one with your feet down, maybe resting at each side when the knees are to the side, each direction, for a few breaths. When you feel done with that, you're going to pause. If your feet are up, you can put them down. And then you're going to breathe a nice full breath in, and you're going to open your mouth and sigh it out. want you to do that 2 more times. Last one. Feel if there's anything else that you need to do for your body to stretch your back or your hands or your wrists. You can do that now, or just pause for one more moment to make the transition slow and not agitating. And you're going to roll to your side or sit straight up, however you want. Again, pausing so that we're not in that workload rush mental state. Just give it a break for a sec. And then head back to your day whenever you're ready. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.